Welcome back to the Doc's Diagnosis, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union. Remember, for all your banking needs, go to centrisfcu.org and become a member today. Also, take time to like this video and leave some comments, but also subscribe to our YouTube channel because you'll know when everything comes out. Dr. Rob, I'm going to ask you one question about the Nebraska football team against USC. They ran the ball 25 times against the Trojans. Did they run enough?
No. I thought they should have kept the ball on the ground more. The opportunities were there. There was occasionally some assignment breakdowns I saw that prevented them from hitting a number of plays. But I thought overall, I didn't think it was a bad running effort for Nebraska in this game.
One example of a really good running effort came in the third quarter. This is early on in the third quarter.
And this is just a real nice zone blocking play right here. You got a nice double team right here with Latosky and Benhart. Again, same thing. You've got another double team up to the linebacker right here. And again, tackle out here on a little bit of an island. Again, just a zone blocking scheme. You'll see a handoff and then just a really nice cutback where he takes there's a big cutback lane. And I really credit the guys over here on the right side for creating that because they just get a lot of push and it creates a really nice lane right here for the cutback. And that's what really made this play go. And it's also the vision of the running back. We've talked about this before. We see that vision, makes that cutback, and there's a huge hole there. Yeah, I think he actually probably should have stayed with that lane out to the right there. But it was a good job of the running back seeing the cutback, taking it for a big game.
Okay, let's go to the fourth quarter, about 5.5 minutes left. 4th and 1. This was huge because Nebraska makes a stop here. It's going to get the ball right around midfield, but USC goes old school Nebraska here.
And they did. And it was with just an option pitch here to the left. You see some nice blocking up front. The key thing is that on an option, you leave one guy unblocked, and it's basically two guys on offense versus one guy on defense. He's going to come up, they're going to option off of him, and the running back shows some really nice speed to take that option pitch and take it down the sideline.
Were you surprised to see an option play here?
Yes. Well, I think Maeva's a good enough athlete in order to run the option. He moves well, his timing's good. That play, it's not a real hard option play to make in the sense that it's not one of these where, like the old school Darian Hagan, Mickey Joseph type of thing, Thomas Lott, all the great Oklahoma guys where basically they're taking a hit as they're optioning. This was one of those, they just had to freeze that defender for a split second, quick pitch to the running back, and at that point it's off to the races.
So up next is Wisconsin. Wisconsin gave Oregon all it could handle. I mean, all it could handle. There was one play, it was the touchdown play from Wisconsin that you really liked, and it's the only time they got in the end zone, but what they had drawn up here was pretty impressive.
Well, it is, and I think Luke Fickell's got a great coaching staff, and he's always done some innovative stuff. I think that's probably bothered Wisconsin fans more than anything because they still want to see the 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But they do a nice job, and you and I talked about this previously, that it's a behind-the-line pass. So he actually throws the ball backwards, which technically makes it's an option, or it's not an option, it's a pitch play. Is what it is. It's a pass, but because it's behind the line, by rules, this is a run play. And so he throws the ball, receiver catches it. That allows these guys to block. So they can actually come upfield.
It's a legal pick.
Yeah, it is. Because again, by definition, because the pitch is backwards or the pass is backwards, it's a run play. It is not a pass play, so you can block, but it sets these guys up in order to make that block. And it's just a really nice quick hitter here down at the goal line. But it's a well-designed play. By rule, they can do it, and you got a little traffic that gets caught up there that you got one. You do have one free defender. It's just in that situation, you're going to get caught up in the traffic, and when it's that short a distance to gain for the touchdown, it's easy to make a guy miss in that small amount of space.
Now, Wisconsin's not an offensive juggernaut by any means, so it could be a low-scoring game because they slow down Oregon, and Oregon's a high-powered offense, and their defense did a really good job. But let's not forget, Wisconsin 2 weeks before gave up over 40 to Iowa, so it's what Wisconsin team's going to show up.
Exactly. This is a team that's a little bit similar to Nebraska in the sense that they're really moody. You don't know who's going to show up on any given weekend.
For Dr. Rob Zadiska, I'm Travis Justice. We will talk to you next week on the Doc's Diagnosis, presented by Centris Federal Credit Union.
Life is constantly throwing you unexpected surprises. Luckily, at Centris, there are no surprises. When you apply online for a personal loan, you'll know you're getting a low rate through a credit union that cares about your future. Apply online at centrisfcu.org.